What up, everybody? It's currently 7:40 out here in the East, 6:40 out here in the Central Standard Time, 5:40 for the Mountain folks, 4:30, 4:40 out there for the West Coast folks. It's the Sports Chasers podcast coming to you each week live and direct. This is the podcast when it comes to sports. No hot takes, no outtakes, no nonsense. Just pure, unadulterated sports talk. What's basically on the field tonight. Hey, we'll get into a couple of things. This is, by the way, episode 100. 100, and we're 2 years old today. Shout out to that. Hey, we'll talk about Major League Baseball, the World Series. Braves and the Astros are tied 1-1. They'll currently begin on at 8 o'clock p.m. out in Atlanta for Game 3. Game 3 is tonight. We'll also talk about the National Football Week 7 in review. Week 8 got under a very great start. Shout out to James, Eric, the angry one. Hey, man, the Cardinals, man. But we'll talk about that here in a little bit. We'll talk about college football Week 8 in review. We'll talk about the NBA and some of the rule changes. James Harden seems to be talking about some of the rule changes. I say to him, adjust. We'll talk about the NHL. Daryl has a little bit on the NHL. Hey, shout out to my man Dan K for coming through last week with the NHL talk. With that said, on my screen, going from my left to right, we'll start off with the angry one, James Eric. Say what's up to the people.
What up? What's going on, family? How y'all doing? Sports Chasers, we back. Happy 100th episode. Let's get it.
No doubt. Happy 100th episode. Good to be here. With that said, D-Dub, what's up?
Yo, what's up? 100 episodes. That's what we do. Sports Chasers, happy birthday. Yo, proud of us, man, for coming together, doing something. Looking at the landscape of what was going on, and we said, you know what? Let's just fucking change some shit. And we did.
Oh, I gotta turn that
Slowly.
down. I gotta turn that down. D-Dub, I'm sorry. You had the music. You were saying some prolific stuff. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, slowly, but we decided, to do something, man. Let's not complain about it. Let's go change it, man. That's how I roll.
Yeah, let's go change what's going on. If you don't like it, right?
Change what we can change on our level. So, you know what I'm saying? And then maybe we could get to the next level.
Instead of complaining about it, right?
Hey, complaining and get you nothing. Look at James Harden. They still ain't blowing the whistle. So, hey, go to the hole and lay it up in there.
We'll talk about the NBA and James Harden here in a little bit. Mike Mills and the DA will join us shortly. But we're trying to start on time. We're a few minutes late. And shout out to those that are joining us live. We are live on YouTube. We are live as we currently speak on YouTube. And just to give a little monologue this evening, just to talk about the piggyback off what D-Duff said about the 100th episode. And we also turned 2 years on yesterday, on the 28th, October 28th. We decided to, like D-Duff said, instead of just complaining about what's on the air, now that we have the resources, we got a microphone, we got a computer, we got internet connection, we got a mixer board, we got some talented people around us that helping us with music and, Instagram and all that thing, man. It's like, why not, man? Why not? And so here we are, 2 years later and 100 episodes later. We out here doing our thing. James Eric, what you think about our 100th episode in 2 years in the making, man? Give us your little spill.
It's a milestone, man. Any little milestone in today's in this day and age, man, it's amazing and should be celebrated, especially one that's is of positive notes. You know what I'm saying? So brothers coming together trying to do some things because we tired of the
status quo. Foolishness.
Tired of the programming that is going on. And we're tired of being force-fed. So now we're feeding y'all something nutritious. You know what I'm saying? Get y'all spoons ready. Let's go. We getting it. 100 episode got another 100, 200, 300, 400. You know how it goes.
Yeah, man, we got a bunch of us in this and episodes in us.
Yo, man, because Kev, to be honest, people are tired, man. I know people are tired because I could go around, I could listen to conversations that I have with people, and they saying and feeling the same way we feel. So it's like, come on, why not? If not, you know what I'm saying? Why not just try to do something different? And
True.
So shout out to a lot of guys out there. A lot of respect to the dudes on YouTube that's doing their thing. Other different channels and platforms that I listen to. Respect to you guys for doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, let's try to bring this thing back to what it was, and where everybody has where people have a voice, and we not force fed foolishness. You're gonna tell me half the story.
We're gonna tell you.
No, you're not gonna tell me because I'm already gonna do my research. So we're gonna get the full story, and we're gonna give out the entire story and not just half the story.
Yeah, man, I think it's very important, man. I just know it. And to just stroll down yesterday, man, just listening and watching, sports programming and so the sports shows and they talked about a little bit and everything, man. And now, now it's just three subjects, and yeah, I'm gonna say it.
It's about LeBron, who you like.
Yeah, who LeBron, like. The National Basketball Association football. That's what they talk about. So,
and again, this week, and I know the angry one heard me talking, and I said, "Man, listen, the World Series started on Tuesday, and we talking about is
Spurs and Lakers."
Yeah, or we talking about Deshaun Watson going to Miami. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like,
that's the beauty in the sports
we got a championship.
We're here to bring you all that good stuff that y'all ain't getting them other quote unquote networks. So we're gonna give it to y'all.
Yo, championship game going on.
Eat up.
Championship game in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
We got a and shout out to all the managers. But we got a manager in Dusty Baker, Dusty Baker got to be, how old is Dusty? 60, 70, 80?
72.
Black man. Doing it. Come on, man. No love going that direction. But everybody's so woke, though. Man, give me a break.
Well, I'll just say this. I thank everybody, all those networks, 4 letters, 3 letters, however many letters is in your network that ain't talking about the real sports. You bring in politics and the ghetto gospels and all that other nonsense into your programs. Thank you. I salute y'all. You know why? Because you gave us a platform. So
you gave us a lane, baby. You gave us a lane, and we're driving that lane for sure. So as DW kind of introduced and introduced, hey, Major League Baseball is on tap. Game 3, as I said tonight, will start in about 10 minutes here.
Yes, sir.
The Braves and the Astros are tied 1-1. Ian Anderson will go tonight for the Braves, and Luis Garcia is going on the hill for the Astros.
That's a good matchup.
It's a very good matchup. Shout out to Atlanta for making this far, because last week when we was on, I had told D-Dub, I was like, hey, man, D-Dub, last Saturday morning, I said, D-Dub, I think the Dodgers got 3 in them to beat. He's like,
I told you.
Like, Kev, stop. He said, stop.
The Braves just look different. They look different. And they hopped on the Dodgers 2 times. And it was just one game, I believe it's game 3, where they absolutely got smashed. And other than that, the Braves just look better. And you know what I'm saying? You could just tell they just had that energy, different energy. So they got game 3 tonight. And I suspect the winner of game 3 is gonna win it all. So that's where I'm going with that.
So the postseason stats for both pitchers for let me see here, for Anderson in the postseason, he's 12 in his pitch. He has 9 hits against him, 3 runs. He's struck out 12 on walk 4 and only has surrendered 1 home run. And excuse me here. Garcia has pitched 9 innings, 9 in the third. He surrendered 9 hits, 10 runs. He's struck out 12 and walked 7, and he has surrendered no home runs. So D-Dub, you're saying that the winner of tonight's game, they win?
I think they win the series, man.
I think it's geared toward Atlanta. I'm not trying to make no picks or anything, but just one thing we always say about playoff baseball is you got to have your pitching got to be A1.
Right.
That's what got the Dodgers out of here. The one game that the Dodgers blew out the Braves is because the bats got ridiculously hot. And that's one thing we talked about with the Yankees. Yeah, them bats, they look good when they're hitting, but when you're not hitting and you ain't got no pitching, look at you. So the Dodgers followed suit. Braves got them out of here. And we really need to give the Atlanta Braves some real love because them boys was 54 and 51 at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They have been playing playoff baseball for the last month and a half to 2 months.
Yeah.
That's one thing we talk about in these other sports, man. When you get up playing every game like this your last, you are more than ready for the postseason.
Oh no, load management.
No, sir. Load management. No.
Load management.
For a team that got ravaged, that outfield.
All 3 outfielders went down with injury.
Come on, man. That's usually 9 times out of 10, most teams pack it in, man. And shout outs to the Atlanta Braves organization, their scouting, their whoever was able to see these guys and say, hey, let's plug and play these guys and put them in there, and they was able to what's my man Rosario? Edwin Rosario, I believe is his first name.
Yeah.
Eddie.
That
boy's bad, man.
Long time Minnesota Twin.
Clutch dude. You understand? So Kev, I just seen something that just brought to my attention, and I'm just looking. I'm like, I don't have too much. I just caught it.
What is it? Is it about the bullpen?
No. Stop.
This is,
no,
this is Jeff Passan from ESPN, the 4-letter network.
Go ahead.
This guy wrote this morning. I mean, they talking about it's time for the Atlanta Braves to move on from the chop. And I just need to get somebody from a Native American, somebody that says that they are offended by, I know, I'm sorry, somebody who's offended by the chop that the Atlanta Braves has been. What's wrong now? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's wrong now? It's just like we just create stuff just to be outraged about. What's wrong? The people. I just want somebody so I could be respectful on whatever it may be, so we can have an understanding.
So the challenge comes out to you tonight. If you're a Native American person, I challenge you. Not challenge you. I'm asking.
Yeah, we're asking. Please
hit us up. Sports Chasers Podcast on Facebook. We're also on Instagram. We're on Twitter.
If somebody can answer that question for me,
DM me, DM us.
Okay, we need to put a poll up. Actually, ask Native. I just want Native Americans, please be respectful. Native Americans, are you offended by the Atlanta Braves shot?
Okay, by the time I go, because I'm the engineer and everything, I will go to Twitter and create a poll.
It's not offensive.
Not offensive. We just want to know. We're just trying to know.
That's all. So it just came across. I just was just looking at it and it came across. But
shout out to the Cleveland Guardians roller hockey team, women's roller hockey team. They have sued the Cleveland Guardians baseball team.
Yes, good.
For the rights to their name. So
and I hope they flip back to the Indians. We could
possibly have. Oh no. Me and Eric just talked about this yesterday. Eric, what's the name? The Cleveland team's going to be named?
The Cleveland baseball team? That's what we're going to do?
CBT.
The CBC, the Cleveland Baseball Club.
You got to be kidding me. Yo. Wow.
All they had to do was do a simple Google search, and the women's roller hockey team said, "Oh no, you're not going to just
hijack my name." Yeah.
Our name. We don't care who you are.
Yeah.
So they will litigate them in the courts, and just like how the Washington football club team got caught up and was trying to get some names, and some dude said, "Yo, I'm gonna take all the names, and y'all guys gonna pay me a king's ransom for any one of them."
I swear for God, because I know there wasn't that much. This fake outrage that's going on in this country is ridiculous, man. It's just, there's the Indians, the Cleveland. Hey, if you want to tell me that the logo, the Chief Wahoo was offensive, cool, I got it.
They changed it. They changed the logo.
We could do a C. We could do a Cleveland with a spear. We could do all types of.
No, they kept the C.
Kept the C. Cool.
Yeah.
But Indians, to act like there was no such thing as Indians.
Anyway,
what are we doing?
We're gonna go back to the field of play.
Yeah, go back. I'm sorry. The thing it came across.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. That was a future installment of the SCC. That we can't say the name.
No,
right
we can't
now,
really. We can't reveal it yet. I think I might be a
segment.
part of that too.
Just to let y'all know, that's a segment of the SCC that will be coming in future episodes. It'll be a whole different cast doing that.
Yeah.
I just don't have nothing for that.
Yeah. Well,
but yes, moving right along. I know D-Dub. No. D-Dub just had to pass the news along, and I just passed it right back to him. Hey, look, hey,
If you're offended, but please let me know that there's actually a group. Find me a group that says they're offended by.
I guarantee you,
the Redskins, the
I guarantee Indians. You, and this is the. And I ain't going to do it right here, but this is the problem. It's always going to be somebody offended about something, and it may not even be for the right reasons, but it's to go along to get along. Shout out to Kwame Brown. Kev, let's go. Yeah. Let's back to you, Kev.
Okay. You messed me up with that. So yes, I'm going to say the Dodgers, the Braves, and the Astros. So shout out to the Astros. The Astros have been doing it all year long. They got rid of the White Sox. Then they just turned around and got rid of dumped Boston in 6 games. The Astros with Altuve and their pitching and things of the nature. But going back to the Braves real quick, hey, they're picking up of I can't think of that. He came from the Dodgers. I can't think of that dude's name.
I know who you're talking about.
I just had it in my notes here. I'm so sorry.
Go to your notes. We don't know who you talk about. I don't.
Jock Peterson. Jock Peterson.
Jock Peterson. Okay.
Yeah. Jock Peterson was an awesome addition to the Braves, and the Braves just did their thing at the trade deadline. They was like, okay, we're hurt up, we're gonna go for it, and I was shocked that they went for it. And the Braves were lagging behind the Mets. The Mets were barely hanging on.
Yes, they were.
They was barely hanging on, and hey, Atlanta just passed Philadelphia, and then the Mets, and then that was it. Everybody else was in their rearview mirror. I didn't know, and sports is something else, but it's been since 25 years since the Braves reached the World Series, man. Last World Series they played was against the Yankees, 1999. I could have sworn the Braves made it to a World Series since that time, but it's been 20-some years since whatchamacallit. So
wow.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It doesn't seem that long, but
doesn't seem that long. But yeah, the Braves, it's been 20-something years since they've been.
It's been that long since they came, since they played 20. Yeah, that's right. 26 years. Yeah, that's right.
It's been that long. So hold on one second, gentlemen.
Yeah, take your time.
Well, I'm gonna just go ahead and ask y'all while Kev is doing what he's doing. Let me ask y'all what Daryl, you mentioned that whoever wins this game tonight should win it all. Who in your opinion, sir, is gonna win it tonight?
Yeah, I have a special place for Dusty. I would love Dusty Baker to win and and get a title. I think this would be his first because he missed out, right? He missed out with San Fran. So which was it was a incredible. I mean, Barry Bonds almost pretty much put him on the back for that one. So, but I really want to see. I would like to see the Atlanta win it too because it's been a long time, man, for Atlanta, and Atlanta missed out too with all the pitches in that rotation that they had back in the 90s, man, unmatched. I mean, really, that lineup, them guys they had. Madden, Glavin, Maddox, Glavin, what's my other man? Avery
and Smokes.
I mean, dude, that rotation was crazy. And so to see them not win,
right? That they only got one World Series out of that.
Yeah.
After many years of dominating the National League East.
Yep.
Yeah, there was the New England Patriots before the New England Patriots, pretty much.
Yeah. They had a tremendous run, and so it's kind of one of those things where I like to see both teams, but again, that's how the game is. It can only be one, but in my heart of hearts, I would love to see Dusty get his ring.
Yeah, me too.
What do you think about? What do you think about the Astros legacy here, though?
Yo, it just makes you mad about them because they didn't have to do what they did. You understand what I'm saying? So, those guys are talented, man. You can't and still lose guys. They lost Gary Cole, lost George Springer, lost talent, and still end up in the World Series. So that just shows you the makeup that this team got. And kudos to my man Carrera,
Carlos Carrera,
the coach, the manager. You understand what I'm saying? So this would definitely start looking at the Houston Astros as one of those teams. So that definitely gonna have to put some respect on their name, as they said.
Right.
Put some respect on my name.
I think to piggyback off of what you said, D-Dub, the Astros. No, they didn't have to do all of that stuff.
And they didn't.
And the fact that they never got punished for it, though. They truly never really got sanctioned for it or punished for it.
Hey, that's Major League Baseball at its best. You understand what I'm saying? That's
not doing what they're supposed to do to make sure that
and it seems like that's a sports thing, a major league. How you say out of the four
major sports,
major sports that
right.
They have except for the NBA. The NBA hasn't had no real, big scandal come their way.
Not yet.
No, not too many people would acknowledge that. They won't say nothing, but
right.
Everybody else, baseball, football, and not hockey.
We'll get to the hockey thing here in a second.
Yeah, so they kind of reactionary instead of being proactive and handling the business. So,
DA, welcome, brother. DA, DA. We're talking about the Braves and the Astros World Series, and they're tied up 1-1. What's your thoughts on the series so far? And I just asked the question: the Astros doing what they do, will this tarnish their legacy if they win this World Series?
No, actually, it makes them look better. They can play. The reality is they can play.
Mm-hmm.
And they couldn't really do nothing to them because you can't ban a team or punish a team if all the dudes on the team ain't on the team. If half the dudes that's on the team is on another team the next year, you can't punish those other teams. You can't punish, they got Cora because he was a manager, which wasn't right. He was on another team, So, listen, if I stole the bag and I made it to my crib, you ain't catch me. Sorry.
Well, the same thing with the Mets manager that year. He was manager for 2 seconds, and they was like,
Yeah, you can't do that. That's not. Don't make.
Well,
no sense.
they did it. They said, hey,
Yeah,
man, you
but
gotta go.
they did it because they could section out those individuals, but you couldn't do it to a player because Cole went here, this one went there, that one. You couldn't punish the guys or whoever on that team was guilty because they wasn't on the Astros no more.
Right.
So you couldn't just hit the dude that was on the team because the main cheater may have got, traded. How do we know? No one knows who the main cheater was. He might have got traded, and that's it. Nothing you can do. So it's a good series, man. They both teams can play small ball. We'll see how the rotations last. There's a few hiccups, I think, on both sides by game 4 regarding what their rotations and bullpens will look like, especially the Braves, because they had to use so many pitchers with the Dodgers. But it's going to be a good series. All the way through, going to be a good series.
I'm with you on that. I think it's going to be a very excellent series. Game 3 should have been starting already. So I guess we'll be keeping tabs on it. Hey, it's the Fall Classic, man. It's the Fall Classic, and you never know what can happen with the Fall Classic, man. So with that said, man, we're going to segue. So D-Dub hit me up today. First of all, we're going to go to hockey. Yes, we're going to go to hockey. Last Saturday, man, we had a blast, man. My man came through, my man Dan K. Dan, he's our hockey aficionado, like for real.
Shout out to Dan, man. He was good. I missed him, but it was excellent.
We had a ball. Dan knows his stuff when it comes to hockey. We absolutely going to have him back to talk more about hockey. Shout out to the Seattle Kraken. They got their first home win the other night. I actually watched that game against Colorado the other night, man. Exciting to see a lot of sports fans in Seattle, in the former arena where the Supersonics, the Seattle Supersonics basketball club used to play at. Hopefully they can bring a.
Yeah, they need to go back. Somebody needs to go.
I think the NBA was phenomenal in Seattle. I hated that they moved. And Oklahoma City got rabid fans, man. But I think Seattle, they had an awesome fan base when it came to basketball. So with that said, D-Dub, D-Dub, go ahead and tell the people what's on your mind.
Basically with the Chicago Blackhawks team, hockey club. And I just wanted to dive in a little bit. I didn't know what was really going on, but it was a sexual assault with the video coach for the Chicago Blackhawks at the time. So he and another player on the team had some type of sexual relation, and with that going on, they had the player had said that he was assaulted, and the team didn't do nothing about it. The team gave the player the option to, gave the video coach the option to resign or they was do an investigation. So, but they didn't do an investigation. But my point was, I was reading through it and I was just looking. I said, well, I didn't see nowhere where the guy went to the police. So, and I'm not trying to victim shame at all, but I'm trying to figure out where does he, should he have went to the police? I think he should have went to the police and then put it back on the Blackhawks to do the investigation. But, that never happened. And possibly the Blackhawks should have, once they got that information, told the victim, hey, you need to go to the police. So then we could start an investigation. But it just seems like that because the Chicago Blackhawks at the time was going to the Stanley Cup, because I believe that was 2010.
They was winning multiple Stanley Cups in Chicago.
Right. So they didn't want the bad press. That's why they kind of like swept some of the stuff under the rug. And people started denying that they knew things or they didn't know things. So it was just a big mess. So that's when I was just curious about it. And I just did a little bit of research and I kind of but come to find out that this this guy, this video coach, he's been other places and he's been sexually harassing other people, and he's just been up and down he's just a predator. And nobody has done nothing with this guy. But they finally got him, and he finally, went to jail on another charge that he was messing with a teenage kid. And but it's just, I'm just trying to figure out. I was just wanting to figure out what was the whole thing going on there. And I seen another article that they wanted to take his name off the Stanley Cup trophy. So that's what really intrigued me when I seen that article. So I went back.
So, we live in this world now where, your past sins will absolutely catch up with you, so to speak, or your past of looking past somebody else's sins will look at you. So Joe Quenneville, the now coach of the Florida Panthers in South Florida, he resigned on yesterday because he was the coach at the time.
Correct.
During the Chicago Blackhawks run where they won those couple of Stanley Cups in Chicago. So part of the fallout, they was like, yo, he didn't do anything or he didn't say anything. He was complicit and he pretty much stepped down. I alluded to the John Gruden situation with Raiders, which I think is far worse because of the emails and stuff. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, but
no.
Yeah, he resigned, and it's kind of like I was said about the Mets former manager. I can't think of his name, where he was the manager for 2 seconds, and because of the fallout with the Houston Cheetahs scandal, the Astros, they say the Mets was like, oh man, you got to go. And DA, real quick, what's your thoughts?
Nobody wants that heat, man. But go ahead, D.
They didn't want that heat when it happened, and they don't want it now. That's kind of what it is. When you're winning, every pro team becomes a college team when they're winning. Meaning to say that nothing can go wrong to mess up the boat while it's going on. And they'll do everything they can do to hide, put to the back, or whatever until the winning is over and dudes have made their money. And that's what happens in every sport. So they just let this go. Because, like he said, whether dude went to the cops or not, there's a lot of different reasons why people do and don't go to the police, right? But why the team didn't go to the police, there is no reason. They don't have an excuse other than we're winning and we wasn't trying to stop the show. That's their excuse. They don't have any other excuse other than that. We're winning and we're not trying to stop the show. Period. It happens in every college, everywhere. I mean, you hear about it after the fact. Oh man, in Ohio they was doing this. Yeah, well, you wasn't going to say it while you was in the middle of winning 4 national championships.
Right.
You wouldn't have won 4 national championships.
And Penn State and Jerry Sandusky and Joe
Florida. Look, Florida, Doug, Miami. You can go on and on and on and on and on.
Right.
You don't have to name one. You know what I'm saying? You can name them all. Right? So there's going to be an issue that you didn't hear about till they stopped winning. And then you hear, oh man, in Alabama, they were doing that. You're not going to hear it till they stop winning because
winning cures all ills, right?
Well, it makes people a lot of money. I don't know if it cures it may not cure a fucking thing. But it makes people a lot of money. It makes a lot
of money, yeah.
Right. That's what it does. I don't know what it cures. But it makes people a lot of money, man. And that's just what the truth is. So the dude in Chicago had an issue. Yeah, I mean, we can all say hindsight, yo, you should have went to the cops. Dude, you should have took your knife and you got your summer youth check. Anything. You can say whatever you need to say now. But going back, listen, man, he told somebody that he thought was supposed to help him and they didn't help him.
Right.
And that's it. That's where it stops. You know what I'm saying? Because for a lot of times, you ain't trying to go to a person 2, 3, or 4, and 5. I mean, D talked about this earlier, and I said, yeah, I would assume if you want help, you're going to go to somebody. But he went. It's just the people he went to was not the right people. You know what I'm saying?
Well, right. And they dropped the ball because and this happens a lot. This is not only just this organization that, you know, they give you an opportunity to resign or get fired. Pretty much, you got the option either, hey, we'll fire you or resign. You know, depending on how serious the situation is.
I believe Joe Quenneville didn't want a bunch of heat coming to his now team, and that's why he stepped down.
Sure,
and
that's 100%.
He just didn't want to do it. He's new down here, and he was trying to start something new. The Panthers are pretty much a terrible organization when it comes to hockey,
but they're winning now. They're doing really good now. Opening, starting.
I think they're 5-1 or 5-2 or whatever.
Yeah, they was 7-0 at the time.
Excuse me. Yeah. So he's bringing, that winning attitude in hockey. And nobody wants that smoke. And so if you're doing whatever, and sometimes it just comes back to haunt you or whatever. James Herrick, you had anything on this? Just something?
Well, I'm going to just keep it brief. It's not just a sports problem, people. It's a people's problem.
Yep.
People out here are jacked up. And they misuse their power and all this other stuff to cover it up behind money and all this other stuff, man. So that's all I got. It's unfortunate, man. And I'm not trying to point fingers or anything like that, but a lot of people think, oh, the NBA got so many problems, the NFL, it's everybody, man. Just because you just don't hear it a lot in other sports. Maybe because it's not covered in other networks. That's probably why you don't hear about shit. But
facts.
I'm just saying, it's
Yes.
everywhere. It's everywhere. It's at your grocery store. Something's happening. Some scandals happening. You know what I'm saying? Your neighbor across the street with the loud ass dog. It's everywhere, man. It's people everywhere. So again, just watch out for one another, man. But
that's it.
Do that.
That's it, man. Hey, on a lighter note, we're gonna go to the National Football League here in a second.
Well, real quick, I just want to say real quick, while we on hockey, shout out to them Carolina Hurricanes. Boy, they are beating the piss out of the Chicago Blackhawks. 5-2. They're undefeated. Let's go, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
That's all I got to say.
Shout out. The Rangers are beating the Blue Jackets in the second period on 2-0. Shout out to my Rangers.
Shout out to the Rangers.
DA, you missed the opening. Hey, today's our 100th episode, and yesterday marked 2 years we've been doing this. What's your thoughts, real quick, my brother?
It's been fun, man. I mean, we talk about this off there all the time, man. You kind of get scared to blow up because you can watch the talking heads, man, and see how doing good at this makes you bad at this. You know what I mean? So everybody, that we don't like today, and there's a lot. Like, I don't like anybody, so I guess I'm kind of effed up, right? But at one point in time, I could, maybe with the exception of one or two, I could pick out some real redeeming qualities for all of them. Something I like, the way they did what they did. But, you see when they make that money, it's like, damn, you may want to stay on TikTok forever. You know what I mean? Because, like the minute someone give you some cash, you on TV talking about, oh yeah, they're the best ever.
Hey, DA, say
okay.
this. Hey, DA, say
Colin
Cowherd, not Colin Cowherd. Baker Mayfield is the best quarterback ever.
Yeah. They win the game last night, right? So today, and you know what? And I'll say it. So I'm watching Speak for Yourself. And your boy Bookie Brooks, he go in. I like him. He's real professional with like his analysis. And Marcellus be real sometimes. Like he'd be like, "Yo, come on, dog, you killing me." Yeah, because they're like, so is Green Bay the best team in the league right now? And he's like, yeah, well, that. And he was like, no.
Come on, dog, stop.
No, they won a game.
They won one game.
But see, that comes out of somebody that don't play. Because it couldn't be, I don't believe anybody that played the sport to the extent of being a professional would have that opinion on any one game, unless it was the last game of the season.
One game.
Unless it's the last game. and which
Right.
is the championship game, then
Right.
yes, you got it. Right? So I don't think any professional athlete would say, they won one game on week 8. No. You won a game, and it's a good game. It's a good win.
It was a good game. It was a good game and a good win, and it could have went either way because
but you're not the best team in the league because you won that game.
Yeah, right. Because
So, go ahead.
Seeing that we transitioned into the NFL right now,
Right.
I don't know what AJ Brown,
The running play.
Green.
Now there was a running play. He checked out the run.
It had to be because
me and
Eric,
you can see it. He checked out the
me and
run.
Eric was talking, and when we was looking at it as real time,
And
he pushed. You could tell he's pushing. So that kind of gave that's you looking to run the ball.
Okay, so the dude I hate, right? Y'all know who that is.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Don't mention no names. Go ahead.
I'm not there. So he only talking about it. How in the hell? All right. Because, dude, you never played the sport. And you don't know what a stalk block looks like. That's what the wide receiver does on the running play.
One.
Right.
That's it, right? So
you could tell
in a loud stadium, and I understand. So, Kyler may have a check with me, and AJ didn't hear it, and AJ is new there. And yeah, it's no real excuse, but he didn't hear it. But the reality was there's always two sides to it.
Now playing at home, there's no excuse.
Oh, no, it's loud because Green Bay travels like Pittsburgh. Like, they were there. You could look at the crowd. They showed them. They was there.
They was loud.
They was loud there.
They was there. So I'm like, listen.
The intensity in that building and that stadium was very high.
It happens, man. It happens. D-Hop got hurt. Like 6 guys got hurt in the game last night. So listen, it was a great game. It shows the resiliency of teams. It shows, like, for the bottom half of the NFL teams, and at this time of year, that's the way I look at it, being as part of the bottom half. What you guys need to do when you're building your teams, take a look, right? Because everybody's got somebody hurt. Everybody's got somebody hurt, man. But what do they have backing that up?
But for this guy to say that this team is the best team,
that's a producer.
That's just ridiculous.
That's a nerd. That's a nerd in the back room.
That's the hot take.
Because then if you watch the game, you're looking at the game last night, and this game could have went
either way.
It could have went either way. And again, if there was a pass play, and if he turned around, this game, the Cardinals are 8-0.
Yeah.
Okay.
At minimum, it's pass interference.
Exactly. And the pass was straight. Kyler Murray threw the pass was right on the money if he turns around. But he's thinking one thing. So, I mean.
And it happens. Eric, go ahead.
Right, it happens.
And this is your team, Eric. Tell us what happened. I know I hit you up last night, but tell us what happened.
It's just real simple. Like I told y'all, anybody that, we spoke or whatever, I didn't think Arizona was going to win. And the way they won last night, let me break it down for y'all. I don't know if anybody out there is wrestling fans or whatever. That loss and Arizona's loss and Green Bay's win did not give any separation whatsoever as between those two teams. You had guys hurt on both sides, yet you still had championship caliber football play on both sides. Again, AJ Green, I'm not making no excuses for him. He's new to the team. Yes, this is week 8. Week 8. He should know he's a vet, this and that, the third, different offense, man. And it is as simple, me and Darryl talked about it, it's as simple as he didn't hear it or he didn't know the hand signals.
And even
because clearly he was blocking. Clearly.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he turn around? That's why he was looking up at the board to see did we score? It was simple. Simple.
And Cash, what the dudes don't understand is even if it's week 8, they may not have called this play the whole season.
Ever. Oh, you guys guys making excuses for professional athletes.
I make it from a high school kid. It doesn't matter.
It just makes sense.
It just goes to show the complexity of an NFL playbook. We had a former NFL player on this show, and he told me the defense book was bigger. He told us, is that right, gentlemen? He told us, he explained to us, he says the defensive playbook
complexity
was just as big as the offense playbook.
But Kev, no, I know high schools, man, where the playbooks are big. My son's high school playbook was crazy. Like, listen, man, it's hard. It's not, it's not the 80s, man, when I played. It's not that no more, man. These cats is running out of different sets and different. Dog, it's not easy. It's not easy, dog. So, and
very complex, man. You have
dudes to say it's easy, are dudes that either didn't play or didn't play well.
Nah, dog. To remember all of that stuff, and you said it on this show, DA, of how it takes 11 men to be
everything right,
to dance together, man.
To be harmoniously to get 1 yard.
That's what my coach used to say. It takes 11 men to do everything right to get 1 yard.
The guard is pulling to the left or to the right. The snap count or the man in motion and all that stuff just to get 1 yard.
Everybody doesn't have a Barry Sanders, man.
Nope.
And then the pros, everybody's a Barry Sanders. Like, so everybody there is the best, is the best on every team. So yeah, listen, dog, it's not easy and it is what it is. But I think they're both good teams. I think they both still won't be there in the end. I think with Tampa Bay and maybe Dallas, because Dallas is good. Hey, I don't want to say it, but I got to tell you the truth.
No,
they're good. I can see them win the Super Bowl. I can see them winning the doggone thing.
Yeah,
because Dakota is not playing with people right now.
Oh no, he's showing you why he got the money. Why he got the bag. Yeah. So so that kicked off week 8. Eric, since we're on your team, what happened in week 7 with the Cardinals on Sunday?
And who did they even play? I was so wrapped up in last night. I'm
gonna help you out here for
let me get my stat book up here. One moment, please.
They played the Texans and they just manhandled the Texans.
Yeah, there's not even nothing to even
that's why you don't remember.
That's why it's an afterthought.
Yeah, 31-5. Yeah.
And again, the Texans, that organization is in, I don't know what kind of transition, where they're going, where they're coming from. I don't know, but that the team is not that good.
Is the trade deadline over yet?
No, I think this week coming up.
This week coming, yeah.
Okay.
Is the trade deadline?
Yeah, I mean, and again, I hate to bring it up, but again, it just shows how stupid that management was for the Texans when they made all these trades and got rid of all these guys, and they come back like David Johnson is a shell of himself. You traded DeAndre Hopkins for some Skittles that Marshawn Lynch threw away because he had a fresh bag and some Bon-Ton chips. That's basically what you traded him for. So,
wow.
And Texans got a lot of work to do.
A lot of work to do.
Let's move on to last Sunday's game. This was actually a 1:00 game, and this is where some of the hot takes this week on Monday just actually got on my nerve. And the
Freddie Freeman.
I don't have it on. The Titans defeated the Chiefs 27-3. The Chiefs are now 3-4. The Titans are moved to 5-2.
Bad defense.
It's so before that, a lot of talking heads were saying that the Chiefs dynasty over. And I'm asking y'all, when did the dynasty begin? Because
it didn't.
Here are some of the true dynasties in sports. The Yankees in the 50s, when they racked up like 9 or 10, 11 world championships in a row. The Montreal Canadiens, they won like 9 Stanley Cups in a row. The New York Islanders, when they won 4 cups in a row. The Edmonton Oilers, 5 or 4 cups. Boston Celtics, they won 11 out of 12.
Even in football, you got the steel curtain, you got the Green Bay Packers back in
the last one, the Dallas Cowboys in the 90s. The DA's team, the 49ers with Bill Walsh and Montana. Those are dynasties. The Chiefs, Patriots. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for being disrespectful. And Tom Brady.
And GOAT we trust.
And GOAT we trust, right?
Yes.
And Bill Belichick. Look what they did in New England, which will never be, to me. Well, to me, I don't think it'll never be done again. No. But to say that we live in such the moment, I was like, the Chiefs only won one world championship. What are we talking about? What is going on here?
They barely won that one.
D-Dub, go ahead. Yeah, and they was and DA can probably attest to it. If the coach does a better thing of coaching, they don't even win that one. Go ahead, D-Dub.
I mean, they barely won that one. I don't know I don't know how we got here where we just let people just tell us that, this foolishness that teams are a dynasty. And I'm like, how? Like, what are we talking about? They won one championship. How are they a dynasty? They won one chip and they got back to the Super Bowl again, and that was it.
So I'm not calling.
Yeah, I'm not calling Seattle a dynasty. No, did anybody? Nobody's calling them a dynasty. They just had a great defense for a year or two, maybe 3 years. I think they had a 3-year run.
Yeah, look. We didn't call the Bills a dynasty, and they went to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row.
Hello. So okay, so what are we talking about?
We didn't call them Atlanta Braves when we was talking about them all them years that they conquered the National League East and dominated with the arms that they had. We didn't call them a dynasty.
Yeah, you got to win. And
you have to win consistently.
Yes, and yes, the time that you talk about the Patriots, man. The Patriots are the most remembered that we can remember as a dynasty. That's a team that's a dynasty. Even when they got beat by Indianapolis, they came right back the next year. Same thing with the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys and the 49ers. They took turns in that decade.
Yeah.
For crying out loud. You know what I'm saying? One didn't, the other one went. It was crazy.
But we looking for heroes right now. So everybody's looking for a hero. So cats is, they just jumping into whatever they see because they're looking for a hero. Everybody's looking for someone to worship. And
yes.
Your Pat Mahomes is good.
Mahomes is good.
But the reality is that, a dynasty is not good.
Yes.
A dynasty is great.
And the reality, D, is that, hell, you think that you're going to be out here throwing these passes and acting like nobody else is a professional out here.
Hey, look,
let me tell you something. There's other people out here on this field that can play, brother.
I'm not. You're not going to.
Yo, D, I got it, D. But listen, you gonna respect. You gonna put some respect on my name, B. You're not gonna be out here just no look passing and all this old funky stuff out here, right? Yo, there's other guys that can play.
So you saying that defensive end off that left end, he's gonna come hard?
Oh yeah, listen, man. Nobody wants to be disrespected.
Now,
everybody plays that game.
To your point, I agree because football is the ultimate. If you don't want somebody to do it, you stop them. Game, right? So if you don't want them to celebrate in the end zone, don't let them score a touchdown. So if you don't want them going,
shout out to my man Robert. Listen, dog. I don't want to hear nothing. Okay, don't talk about somebody running up the score on you. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kev. Go ahead, D.
Go ahead, DA.
Yeah, I don't want him throwing no look passes. Sack his ass.
You shut him up.
Do it, right? Yeah,
that's
right. And he's a humble dude. So that's why I know.
He got humbled. No. He got humbled.
I never. For me, I never had a problem with anything that dude said ever.
He's not one of those kids, man. He's not that kid. I'm just saying I'm looking at it through my eyes, and when I'm looking at this guy, I think that's why for me it's like, yo, this guy thinks he he's slick, huh? He's one of those guys.
I think he got away with. I think he got away with what he could get away with.
Yeah.
until they don't let them get away with it no more. I feel this. Listen, I think the same thing.
Lamar
about
Jackson
Kyler.
feeling a little bit of it too, but Lamar,
I-
they're not disrespectful. Please, I'm
look,
not saying they're not disrespectful. But
dude, let me tell you, I can tell you
playing the
disrespectful.
game. Yeah.
Kyler Murray's disrespectful. All right.
Why?
Just
Why
so you know.
What's the matter with Carsey?
Because he knows. He knows he has Christian Kirk. It's the same thing, man. And he got an arm. You know what I mean? How many effing times he threw those Hail Marys? I was like, nah, there's no way. What the hell? Because listen, it can't happen again.
Yeah.
And it happens again. But like anything else, like you said, the easiest way to stop that is for the defense to do their job.
Defense got to shut him up.
Now, if you don't do it, then it don't happen.
Don't happen. And he'll keep on doing what he's doing.
I think the fault of that is on the Kansas City organization. You have one checkbook, dog. I'm sorry, Kev. I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah.
You got one checkbook, dog.
Mm-hmm.
And that checkbook is $5. You got to spend that $5 on everything you got. And if you're gonna put $4 on the quarterback and don't put any on the defense,
there you go.
Get what you pay for.
Yo,
I'm not mad.
We've been saying that on this show. You give the bag. If you give the bag all to the quarterback must do like Russell Wilson and do everything. He must
do like Tom Brady.
He must throw the ball. Well, no. Tom Brady's different. Tom Brady doesn't take the bag. Tom has taken less of the bag.
But Giselle got bags herself, so he good.
Yeah. Go ahead, D-Dub. You were saying?
Yeah, right. That's all I'm saying. No. That's all. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So, and we say this on the show all the time. You take.
I don't want to hear nothing. You take.
We ain't trying to hear anything.
You take the bag, and you give up the bag.
Yeah.
Listen,
so I got
when you struggling on defense, and you ain't got nobody to stop, or you can't get that right. You can't get out of a 3rd and 2. You know what I'm saying?
We spend way too much time on the Chiefs. Let's talk about the Titans. The Titans, real quick.
Got it.
What you think about the Titans?
The 615, yo, man, they're rolling along and gaining steam, which each and every game, man, they're looking better and better. It's getting scary out there in them AFC streets, man. I mean, I think for me, it's Buffalo and Tennessee that is and Cincinnati. Shout out to Cincinnati that have cemented themselves at the top of the conversation. But you still got, you got the Ravens and all these other teams that's out there lurking. So, yo, man, it's look. The Titans. I think everybody kind of figured coming in that the Titans was going to be one of those teams to beat. They kind of stumbled, out the gate or whatever, but it seems like they have picked up their footing and it's all full steam ahead now. So we shall see. And I still don't think that they got the passing right.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, was it me that, or was it just a bunch of? It wasn't not too many good games last week. Yeah, we're talking about the Titans. Titans are 5-2 now. The Chiefs are 3-4. The Chiefs just got to dig down and get better and get back to what they did to get back to do what they did when they was.
I don't think they got the players to do it, man. They don't have enough defense, man. As Bart Scott says, they couldn't stop a nosebleed. So that's going to be a problem, man.
Yeah.
The rest of the year, because people see what you can do and can't do.
Right.
So you can't switch because you can't get a whole new defensive line in the course of a week.
Right.
So it's going to be hard for them to do these things. Like, they can get better, but how much better can you get? So
right.
It's I don't know. I wish them well.
I do too. We're going to move right along. The Browns on the Thursday night game, they defeated the Broncos 17-4. Baker didn't play, but they squeaked out a win last week. People called me last week from Charlotte, talking about the Giants and Panthers. I was like, I'm not really impressed about neither team, and the Giants are my team, and the Panthers are basically fool's gold. They started out 3-0, and now they have lost 4 in a row. I'm not impressed by this Giant win, and Panthers, you really shouldn't have lost to the Giants if you say who you say you were. And you went out and you did, and the Giants pretty much had their way with you. Giants
The Giants defense played great.
they play really good.
They played good, I should say.
Play really good. I'm not gonna say great, but really
I
good.
say great. Yeah, good.
And the Panthers, they looks like they can't do anything without McCaffrey. It is what it is. Sam Darnold, me and DA had a conversation the other day. DA doesn't seem to think that Sam Darnold is it.
Hey, I wanted to give the brother a chance. So
DA, it's only 7 games, dog. But go ahead, sir, with your rebuttal.
No, I don't think the kid can't play. I'm not sure of the team. I'm not sure of the owner. I'm not sure of the decisions. And I told you guys years ago, if I was easy Ed McCaffrey, my son would not have signed that extension. We would have gotten the hell out of there. Easy, because you're not going to kill my son. You're not. We're going to go somewhere with another running back, where my son doesn't have to do everything.
Yeah, I don't think McCaffrey's built to be all.
Come back.
Yeah, if he was in somewhere like a Tennessee with him and or even with New Orleans,
I was going to say something how
not an everyday back like
Cleveland got.
Yeah,
definitely
something like that. He needs something like that, but
he's that type of guy.
He's getting killed and he's injured all the time. Go ahead. I'm just going to. Eric, go ahead.
Yo, man. First of all, I agree with DA. As far as that organization, it seems like the Carolina Panthers don't know what they're doing week to week. You don't know if you're a running team. You don't know if you're a passing team. Like, I don't see none of the plays y'all was calling them first 3 games. I don't see Sam Darnold running the ball as effective as he was before. And even before McCaffrey got hurt, you still had Hubbard back there running the ball. You're not even doing that with conviction. It's like they don't know what they want to be week to week. And it shows now. It shows.
No identity.
And I'm not Sam Darnold. Again, me with quarterbacks, I say you got to give him at least 3 years. Whenever you go to a new team, you're learning a new offense. You got to give him 3 years. If it's an offense that he never played before, that's just my personal take. That's just me. That's why I said with the Danny, I know I'm jumping around with the Danny Dimes situation. This is year 3 for him, but this is year 2 under this coach.
Yeah.
I think it's just bad play calling for them. But getting back, it was a good win for the Giants. But like, I agree with y'all. I'm not impressed either. I mean, somebody had to lose, and Carolina just chose to lose real bad.
Carolina chose to give it up.
Speaking,
and let me real quick.
Go ahead.
My thing is, I believe in the 3 years before they get to the pros. So that's what Sam Darnold didn't have. He only played 1 year in college, and I don't know if there's any. And I'm not, I'll look it over for next week, but I don't think there's any dudes that played 1 year of college football that are still playing pro football and doing good. So, yeah.
I mean, not in the first 3 years anyway.
Bill Parcells. That's what Bill said. Yo, you need 30 starts in college, baby. You need 30 starts. You need 30. So, Baker was a starter in Texas A&M. I think he did 2 years in Oklahoma, right? Kyler did 2, right? Jalen Hurts, believe it or not, he did cumulative 3. You know what I'm saying? My man Tagovailoa, Tua. I think he only got 1, which is the problem. Matt Jones only has 1, which we could see might be a problem. We'll see. But it's really important, man. And I'm old and I respect Parcells, and I was not a Giants dude, man, but it made so much sense to me when he said it. He said, I would not draft a quarterback that has not played 30 games in college. Period. That's why you can go get the guy from Cincinnati ahead of a lot of dudes that are higher than him now, because at least this dude played 4 years of college football. He's seen a lot of stuff. Right. We've seen some stuff, man. You get a dude that's only played at Ohio State for a year. Yeah, we've seen that play out 3 or 4 times. So You know?
Gotcha. We're gonna move on to let me just games. I'm just gonna call reference.
Oh, and shout out to Primo. He's not with us tonight. Shout out to Mikey, man. Your Ravens got smacked.
Yeah. About to get to that next. But briefly,
My bad.
the Pats stomped all over the Jets. Coach Robert Sela said he wasn't taking too kindly of the Pats running up the score. I'm just gonna say this, and I'll speak for everybody. I believe here. Hey man, your guys are all get paid like professionals. You have to stop them, man. I'm not really
Stop crying.
Stop trying to hear that.
Yeah, Rob. I'm sorry, man. Rob, I respect you.
Not stop lying. Stop crying.
Stop crying. Yeah, Rob. I respect you a lot, and I hate when coaches come out and make these. Don't even say anything, man. Even if he felt it, it's pointless.
I think it's one of those things where you're trying to protect your players, but yo, man, these are grown men. This ain't college. These are grown men. They can take it.
These guys, man.
They can take it. They're the ones out there on that field getting 54 points ran up on them, so they can take it.
And guess what? E? They playing for a paycheck.
Yeah. They'll get it, or they'll just go and keep on getting ran up on them.
Next game,
it's simple.
Bengals and Ravens. Hey, I told you the Bengals are like my adopted team, man. They went to M&T Field Stadium, in Baltimore, Maryland, and they go and beat up on the Ravens 41-17. And I'm really, really impressed with the Bengals. I'm really happy that they are playing well. D-Dub, what's your thoughts on the Bengals?
Well, like I told you earlier before the season started, I said the Bengals, that AFC North was going to be a problem, and they're going to beat up on one another. And don't be surprised by the Bengals, because they had a good team last year. It's just the fact that Burrows got hurt. So, and then, they bring in a man Chase, and, they didn't like him. When they brought him in, they thought they should get an offensive lineman at the time, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But they brought him in, and now, he's throwing to him. So, good win, a good signature win for the Bengals, man.
I agree.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they, that's a good win. Good win.
Eric, go ahead. What's your thoughts on the Bengals?
Piggybacking off of what D said, I thought that this division outside of me and DA's division was the two of the top bruising divisions in the league, and they're showing it. Pittsburgh is in last place, and they are at 500. There is a strong chance. And shout out, first of all, everybody that I spoke to, we were talking about the Bengals offense. I'm all over the place, but I'll get back on track. We're talking about the Bengals offense and Chase and Boyd and all them boys, right? And you got your mans running the ball or whatever, right? Nobody said a lick about that defense. That defense was on point. The whole game. Just right when you thought, okay, maybe Jackson could pull something out. No. Shut the door. So shout out to the Bengals defense and their coordinator. They was on their A game. They was in the film room. I mean, they see the Ravens twice a year. But it was a very, very phenomenal 60 minutes of football for them. So shout out to them.
Hey, Burrows was 23 of 38, 416 yards, 3 TDs, and 1 interception. And Mixon was carried for 12 carries, and
that was the
59 yards, and Perrine had 11 for 52. So basically 100 yards rushing combined between those guys. And the Bengals, they're playing very well. Go ahead, DA. You had something.
No, they're progressing well. I don't think they'll win the next time they play the Ravens. I think Burrows threw the ball too many times to be up as much as they were. But he's a good quarterback. Jamar Chase, they're going to bracket him next time out. They're going to take him away. So it's going to be a Joe Mixon or the other guy. And the defense is playing really well. Like, they're the new no-name defense, because I don't think many people can name anyone on that defense, but they're playing. And they're playing well and doing what they do. So got no problem with them. And they are on the come up, man. And I like to see it like that, man. So.
Yeah, I totally agree. So we'll look for more from the Cincinnati Bengals here in a little bit. couple others, scores I just want to run through for the sake of time. I think this was not a very good week to me. I think
No, Kev, it was not a really good week. And next week, I think even this week, you might, after the game last night, I think you only got about 4 games that's probably worth looking at.
The Packers defeated the Washington Football Club 24-10 in Green Bay. This game, I'm just going to talk about it real quick. The Falcons and the Dolphins. The Falcons won on the last minute. I don't know how the Dolphins go from playoff perennials to they really not really good this year, and they're 1-6.
They overachieved last year. They played well, but they overachieved. They snuck up on cats. Defense played outstanding last year. Where is it at this year? You can't blame everything on Tua. If you bring Deshaun in, okay, you may get a few more yards. I mean, okay, fine. But at the end of the day,
but wait a minute. I thought Tua was your guy. I thought Tua is the guy.
That's what I thought.
But you drafted the guy, and he was supposed to be the guy. This is the guy. Why don't you just put the faith in the quarterback and just let the quarterback ride out?
This is what we talk about, man. This is what we talk about. When these guys go and draft these quarterbacks, listen. If you are left-handed, why the fuck are you gonna go get a right-handed glove?
Say that one more time, Eric. I'm sorry, I missed that.
If you are left-handed,
right,
why are you getting a right-handed glove? That is what I'm saying is do your research when you go into drafting. Obviously, you thought this was the guy, and after 1 year, he's not.
Yeah.
How many times we talked about this on this podcast about, man, go ahead, DA. Because I'm about to black my screen.
Jason Campbell for Eric. He's the case study for Eric. Jason Campbell.
Yeah, Jason Campbell got disrespected. But besides that point, and we don't know if Tua's not the guy, because I'm an Alabama dude. So we don't know if he's not that guy.
Apparently, he's not in Miami, though.
Yeah, but up against Deshaun Watson, I got 20 teams that, if there was no cases against Deshaun Watson, shit, Aaron Rodgers might be going out of there and Deshaun Watson might be in Green Bay.
But then again, if Deshaun Watson had no cases, Deshaun Watson would be playing, and Deshaun Watson would be in no trade room.
But no, he wanted to be out before the cases.
Yeah, he wanted to be out.
The cases only came up. The cases only came out because he wanted to be out. They had that all in the box until it was time for him. Until he said, "Yo, I'm trying to be out," and then they said, "Jack in the box," and then everything is out. Everything he did came out. And now it was a problem.
DA, I hate to be the conspiracy theorist, but you know what, guy?
That's what happened.
I know you paint the picture. You paint the picture well, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying that the guy, you're 100% right. The guy wanted, all of a sudden, the guy wanted to be traded. He wanted to be out, and then all of a sudden, all this stuff comes out.
What did we say earlier? When it cures all.
Man. I don't disagree with the fact that I don't disagree with the fact that I'm not with that. I'm in the middle of a contract. I want to leave thing, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not with that. But whatever. This is where we're sitting at right now, right? So the point I'm making to you is, when he did that, they did that. And I don't know why they did that. I guess they was trying to help him or hurt him or helping him. I don't know, because they let that out and then he couldn't be traded. And guess what they had to do? Pay him to sit down. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But billionaires aren't wrong. So they just do what they're going to do, right? So that's where they're at. But what I'm saying is, we don't know if Tua is not good. But what I'm saying is, you take, other than the top 10 teams in the league, and probably half of those top 10 teams in the league probably don't have a quarterback better than Deshaun Watson. So the point remains is, like, if he didn't have a case, everybody would want him because he's that good. You know what I'm saying? He's that good. So I can't be mad if he's saying, "Yo, look, man, Tua, we like him. All right. He ain't him though."
Right.
He all right, but he's not that dude. And we want that dude. That's it.
Makes
You
sense.
know,
We're gonna move along time for the. We're gonna move on for the sake of time. The Rams smashed the hapless Lions 28-19.
I think the Lions played pretty good though that game.
Yeah,
He came up every trick in the book. Every trick in the book.
Tried to win, but Rams.
Can I just say real quick, the Rams, and I don't want to be disrespectful because they in our division and we got to play them and all, but the Rams got to be the weakest 6-1 team I have ever seen. I don't want to say weak like they can't play, but I'm saying you don't have who did you beat? Like, how you even get 6 wins already?
The signature win that they did have was what, 3 weeks ago? That was the
yeah.
Who they beat?
They beat Tampa, right?
Tampa Bay.
They beat Tampa.
Okay, so they got that. Okay, they got that.
They got that one signature win.
Okay, all right. Well, let me backtrack then. But still, I think.
But I understand what you're saying.
Nobody is talking about, which I kind of wish the Cardinals will go back into that out of the spotlight now.
Right.
Is that they're not in the spotlight. Nobody, for them to be a LA team, nobody is talking about the Rams and they're 6-1. It's just
now, but they are talking about Pat Stafford.
I don't know if he's past Stafford no more. I think
no.
He takes turns, D. Just wait for it.
No,
he'll be back. He'll be back week. I say about week 11. He'll be back.
No, dog.
Oh, you're not gonna get past Stafford
in the middle of a game. He'll throw one away, and he's done one. I think probably every game this year. You're like, oh, what the, I mean, listen, the dude could always play. The dude could always play.
Very talented.
Dude, he still got some head scratches. You'll be watching like, what?
Right. I'm just saying this. I know, Kev, you got to move right along. I just want to say this. Any defense that's playing the Rams for the rest of the year, double Cooper Kupp.
Oh.
Thank me later. My Cash App will be in the description box below.
Because he don't throw it to Robert Woods.
So. No. The Raiders defeated the Eagles 33-22. The Raiders are 5-2. They've won
Sneaky
2.
Good.
They have won 2 since John Gruden has left the part of the team. The Buccaneers just manhandled the Bears down in Tampa 38-3. DA, real quick let me talk about the Saints and the Seahawks. That was a really ugly game the other night. Saints with the win, they're 4-2. Jameis is 4-2 with his team. Seahawks looks like this is not going to be their year. They're 2-5 with Russell Wilson out. I don't see them making no gains and no movements. But DA, your team, the San Francisco 49ers, Sunday night in the quagmire of the rain in Northern California, they lose to Carson Wentz and the Colts. What's your take on this team, sir?
I don't have a take that's different than my take the first week of the year, Kevin. Back to you.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that it's all about Jimmy Garoppolo and that he doesn't have a lot of faith. No, correction. He doesn't have any faith in Jimmy Garoppolo. And that's just what it is. And they're gonna have to retool. And they're gonna have to when Trey Lance get back, I guess they're gonna give him the keys, man.
I kept saying to DA, I said, DA, nah, it's not Jimmy, man. Jimmy's good, man.
I try to protect Jimmy. Obviously,
I try to put the Captain American shield over Jimmy.
Yeah, I try to protect Jimmy, but it's just not working, man. It's just not working.
DA kept saying he's not it, Kev.
He's
not it.
Yeah. I was like, nah, the props because he told me, yo, Jimmy's not it. I
was like, and then when I saw this game,
Jimmy got you to the Super Bowl.
Jimmy's not it.
This man has been all against Jimmy, not in a disrespectful way, but just in saying, hey, this
go ahead, sir.
Not it. I just want to say real quick, if Jimmy's not it, then Trey Lance won't be either because you got Kittle still out and all you got is Deebo Samuel if you ain't got no running game. DA, what you got to say to that, brother? I just want to hear your take.
I would take Trey because that Trey adds another running back besides the kid Mitchell. That's it. That is all. No more, no less. Right. He's another running back. That's all. Last week, we probably the one that game had Trey play because he runs the ball. He doesn't throw it to the other team.
Not yet.
He doesn't throw it at all. So, look, man, listen. Go ahead. Wildcat it to death, brother. I I am not one for the wonderkin coach thing. I'm a very big history dude. My team, I don't think is in a good place. I don't think Shanahan's a genius. I don't think he's bad, but he's not a genius. He lost the Super Bowl all on his own. Actually, he lost 2. All right. He lost the one in Atlanta. He lost the one in San Francisco. All right. He lost 2 Super Bowls. He's not a genius, dude. You know, I remember when John Lynch came down in the 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. And if there were no cameras, John Lynch probably would have hit him. Probably would have hit him. Because all we had to do was run the ball like we did against Minnesota the game before. Remember? We were up against Minnesota and Jimmy didn't throw the ball a quarter and a half. Forget Kittles. Forget Deebo Samuels. We just ran the ball. Did not throw the ball. He could do the same thing in the Super Bowl and he got rings. But he's a genius. Shanahan, genius.
Man, that's gonna do it for our NFL segment. There's a lot of games this upcoming week. We'll talk about that. We're gonna go to college football, but before we go to college football, we're gonna transition real briefly to the National Basketball Association. We're not gonna talk about any games per se, but you know, the first 2 weeks have been underway. My Knicks are playing very well. I just want to talk about this real quick, and I know the guys hate when I read, but I'm going to read.
SEC.
I'm going to read real quick about the NBA new rules are no flop unchecked, and this is by Robin Lundberg of Sports Illustrated. But we're going to see what Mr. Lundberg said. I picked this article because he had a lot to say. He said it's fitting that the Knicks and Bulls play a big game tonight because the way the NBA is now being officiated, it's restoring some of the 90s feeling, and it's a breath of fresh air for what a beautiful sport with a league as talented as has been. I got to be honest, as someone who loves hoops, some of the whistles on jump shots, collisions initiated by the offensive players and non-basketball acts were making me sick, says Lundberg. It was the single worst thing about the game. So to see the garbage no longer being called is exhilarating, and rather had no calls for players to adapt to contact and flailing and twerking and being rewarded with a trip to the line. So I'm gonna say this: there's been 2 guys that have been a proponent of the so-called new rules of engagement that I've heard publicly complain. It's been James Harden and Trae Young. I would just tell you guys, I'm with Robin Lundberg. I don't agree with everything that Mr. Lundberg says, but he's spot on with this article. He goes on to say some other things, which I'm not going to read because the guys hate when I read long, but he was spot on in this article. And I too got sick of some of the non-calls and the flopping and things of that nature. No play ball. And you know what? Check your man and all that nature. D-Dub, will go to you. Your thoughts. You brought it up early.
What the referees not calling this is we're essentially going back to what it used to be, which was you had to check your man. You had to either have the ball handle ability to get around your man, or it forces the team to pass the ball around. Move the ball around. You move if you move the ball around four times, it's hard for the defense. More than 4 to 5 times, it's harder for the defense to react to the man. Exactly. So that's what you got going on. Yes, it is a breath of fresh air. I'm glad they're not calling it. And me and Eric was talking about this earlier. If they would just be consistent and stop with all this, superstar calls and stuff like that, things of that nature, and if they just call it down the line as they see in real time, regardless of who has the basketball. If it's a foul, it's a foul. If it's not, it's not. Let it go.
I saw Trae Young the other night. He doing this. He's standing in the middle.
Yeah. Because you know what happened was when they went to the Olympics this summer, a lot of that was going on too. The Olympic rules is different. They was not getting those ticky-tack fouls.
It's basketball.
It's basketball, right? And they wasn't calling it. They was not calling it in the Olympics this summer.
How many times have we had when we was younger? I mean, I haven't played in a while a little bit, but when we was younger at the park, there was always that one dude He goes down the foul. I was like, dude, nobody touched you.
Yeah.
He's out by 3 point. Yeah, foul. I'm take out right here. Dude, nobody touched you. He go to the basket. Oh, that's an N1. No, it's not. Nobody touched you.
False call.
Yeah, remember that false call, man. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, I'm not. We're not respecting.
Brooklyn, if you ain't bleeding, no call, dog. Keep playing.
No calls. No, get out of here, man.
And it's good that finally the NBA, enough was enough. With these guys kicking out their legs.
Reggie Miller started all that. To be honest, let's be honest. Reggie Miller started all that.
And then here it goes again. Then when you got a guy who's very efficient from the free throw line, his stats is trajects upward, because if he's good at the line, if you're a 93% free throw shooter, and all you keep on going to the line, all you do is just you pad your stats and you get 12 free throws.
Are you saying James Harden is not a great player?
No, he is skilled, and you said the same thing earlier. We know he's a skilled player, but
he gotta adjust.
He gets 8. He goes to the free throw line and gets 8 points. Your 20 goes to 28.
He's got to adjust. That's all.
But he has to adjust. He has to learn how to adjust. If he
doesn't, then he's not a great player.
There you go, D. That's all I'm saying. If he doesn't, if he can't, then he's not the great player that we thought he was. Because if he's a genius because he's able to finesse the game the way he did it back then he has to be a genius to go back and figure out how to get more points the other way.
New world order, brothers. New world order.
There you go.
New world. Eric, you have something to add?
I agree with everything, and I'll just add this: the NBA. I don't see this lasting very long. Why? Because this is a player-driven league. And just like as I have just reported to the fellas, James Harden at the half had 21 points and 10 of 11 from the free throw line. So
seems like the referees are back.
I got hockey on, so I don't know exactly what the gameplay was, but I'm just saying.
It seems like the referees.
You cry loud enough, you get your way, and unfortunately, this is what goes on in society. I always say that. Well, we
no
always
Roger,
say,
no rerun, no rent. No Roger, no rerun, no
rent. We always say that sports is a microcosm of the world today. There you go. That's all I got. That's all I got.
He cried loud enough.
And now the squeaky with the
squeaky car gets the most oil. Yeah.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
I mean, look at it. Look at the history, though, fellas. He cried in Houston to get out of there. He's in Brooklyn now. He cried about now. Oh, I'm not getting a call. His hero Steve Nash. He gets on his car seat and he gets his megaphone. He starts yelling. Now automatically you got 11 free throw shots at a half.
You know what? That F the NBA, right? Because all they're doing is hurting themselves. That's all they're doing is hurting themselves. You're hurting your own product by doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's up to you, man.
Either you gonna call it one way or you gonna call it. I mean, how about just play basketball and call it the right way?
No. The 90s wasn't basketball. We didn't care for 79 to 78 games.
No, you didn't care. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was all right.
Because here we go, though. We got people going back. Oh, that was such a 90s basketball game. Really? I thought you hated the 90s basketball game.
But we had the highest scoring game of all time happen in the 80s, right? When it was worse between Denver and Detroit. Mm-hmm. There were high scoring games in the 90s, right? Because Allen Iverson was there. So dude scored points. What we're saying is that not every game should be 150 to 140.
Absolutely.
Right. That's all. We're just saying that America.
And it's not entertaining to see a 75 to 73 game.
But that's not.
There you go. UCS is running y'all lips again.
Yeah, that's not entertaining to you. The problem is everybody wants their shit the way they want their shit. Your shit's not everybody else's shit. Like some folks like, I don't like that shit. I don't like. So I don't. Let's do something other than that.
And so, like you said, DA, and before we go, just college football and wrap up. The NBA, all you're doing is hurting your own product. You're hurting your own product by going back and you said publicly you're gonna go and make some changes. And then this guy cries and Trae Young cries and
horrible parenting, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So now he gets his way and now we'll be going back and then it's like you guys didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's like you guys huddled up and said, "Oh, James is crying. Let's just give James. Okay, James is crying. Oh, James, sorry, James.
So now James gets what he wants, but James is not the shield because when he retires, there's still an NBA.
Yeah.
Which is the same problem with that 75th anniversary team. No foresight.
Nope.
No foresight. You don't have any foresight.
Nope.
That's all. So that's all.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
You know what? Anyway, you know what?
10 of 11 from the free throw line. Wow.
Yo, man, Knicks, if y'all missed it, Knicks and Bulls was a classic game. Even though it was early.
Good game.
It's way before Christmas and New Year's, but that was a very, very entertaining game. And shout out to both teams. I'm looking for both of them to be in the playoffs this year, hands down. Barring injuries, hands down. The Knicks are deep. The Knicks, honestly, I was thinking about this. The Knicks remind me of how the Nets were. You have two separate teams that come in there, and they do work, and they play off of one another very, very well. Shout out to Tibbs. Hopefully, by game 45, these guys are still in shape because he grinds the tread out of tires a lot. So, but yeah, shout out to the Knicks, man. They.
Shout out to the Knicks, man. Shout out to the Knicks. Like I said, we're really getting to basketball once Christmas get here. The NBA is just going on.
Just getting started.
Yeah, just getting started, man.
Trying to figure out their way right now.
Yeah, and there's a lot of hype with so other some teams that will go. Didn't say no names, but it's hype behind that. But hey, we're gonna go straight to college football. They top.
Oh, hold on, Kev. Before you go to college football,
I just want to say one thing. I'm sorry. I try to be the nice guy, but I gotta say this shit. Can we please stop with this fucking triple-double shit, please? When a man has 15 points, 12 rebounds, what was the stat line, D? 12 assists and 10 turnovers?
And 10 turnovers.
Please. No, I'm sorry. This is the SEC segment right here. Please miss me with that nonsense.
We had to go here.
We gotta stop with this, man. We gotta stop. It was all fun and games. It was all fun and games when the man won MVP because he was a triple-double king or whatever.
Triple-double,
okay, fine. But the following year, he was better at it, had a triple-double, and he wasn't even a top 3 in voting that year. So please miss me. You can't just say, "Oh, it's a triple-double" whenever you feel like it's a good thing. Stop. Look at the game. Don't just look at the stat line. Look at the game. The man is erratic as hell. He's erratic. Yes, he gives you a lot of energy, but he's erratic as hell. So can we please stop with that bullshit, man? Please.
What was it last week? He was 1 of 9 from three-point line.
Kev, the best analogy that I heard this week was that he is like Deontay Wilder. He's a guy who got a big right hand punch, but that's it. After that, right. And I say, wow, that was very good. I want to say Broussard said that, and I said that's very good. That's a very good analogy, and that's what he is. And low IQ as far as the basketball about what's on the court, what you need, what to do. He's everything. What LeBron is everything that he's not. He's not what LeBron is.
I tried, folks.
Total opposite.
I tried. I didn't.
Total opposite. And I don't know why.
Right past this subject, but I tried.
I'm sorry.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
Since we're on it.
Kev, what's your thoughts?
This team is not going to win. They're too old.
We said that.
We said what Westbrook was going to be erratic. He was going to be.
Oh.
Yeah, he was going. He was going to be a distraction. All the triple doubles and all this stuff. Yes.
Good.
They're not. The Lakers are not deep. The Lakers don't have shooters. So I don't understand. What are y'all talking about? They're going to win what?
They got Malik
man,
Monk and Carmelo Anthony. What you talking about? They ain't got shooters.
Hey,
Kev, these people are on the payroll.
Nick Wright is paid to say that, Kevin.
Thank you, D. These guys are on the payroll for the Los Angeles Lakers, man.
Well, I'm not.
They're on the payroll. Exactly. That's why we're here.
That's why we're here right now, right?
Yeah.
And
I don't want
Lakers,
your money.
I don't. Yeah, no. Well, I want your money, but I'm going.
Yeah, I want your money, but I'm gonna say what I'm going to tell the truth. Yeah,
tell you the truth. Yeah, I can't sit here.
Y'all don't have a bunch of shooters.
Telling me, you keep on telling me about some Russell Westbrook, and stop it. He's a good player, but he's not that player. Everywhere he's gone, he's done nothing. That's why Kevin Durant had to get away from him. This is
Bradley Beal.
Come on, man. He's
the
played
list
with players. He's had players.
You had prime James Harden.
You had prime James Harden.
CP3.
No. He got traded for him, so he didn't play. Okay. Didn't play with him.
So he played with Harden. So he's played with players and ended up with nothing. If this was anybody else, they would be talking about. It's like, oh no, he's no good. But for what? And reason, they got this love affair with Russell Westbrook.
Well, I think the love affair is because of who he's with now. That's why.
I would. Do you know what the hell the goddamn love affair is for? We can't say it.
I know. But
all right,
don't worry about it. It's going.
No, Kevin. No, Kevin. We can't do the Fashion Week walk. Let's go. Yeah.
No.
It's some Hennessy.
College football.
With some Hennessy.
College football. Nope. College football. Where am I at? Hey, Cincinnati. They beat Navy last week, 27-20. Hey, they're number 2.
They still couldn't beat Michigan, so it's not a good look. So
okay. So speaking of which, Michigan went on to beat Northwestern 33-7. They beat them.
The Nerds. Beat the Nerds. They beat the Nerds.
Now. Clemson, boy, the mighty have fell. It's 27-17, lost to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh looks like they're going to win the ACC.
That's Dabo's mouth. Dabo did that.
Pitt is a good.
Pitt is good. Yeah, we talked about Pitt.
I seen them early in the year, they play well. So
Pitt is good every 4 years. If I may, Pitt is one of those schools that are good when they're senior class. When they get a good senior class,
right?
They'll be good. Like Boston College, like that. So you have those high major schools that'll be good. Wake Forest is always every 4 years you're going to get a good Wake Forest class where they're going to be good because they're seniors and their seniors are good, and that works for them. But I think Cincinnati's a good team, but I don't think they can beat we'll have to see. They beat Notre Dame, right? And Notre Dame are perpetual frauds. So
say that.
The reality is they're perpetual frauds.
There you go.
And we'll have to see, man, because football is one thing about football. It's who you play that makes you who you are. So we'll see. But I think they're a good team. I like Cincinnati, believe it or
not. Cincinnati. So tomorrow, some of the games. We'll go back to last week. Notre Dame beat USC 31-16 out in South Bend. Texas A&M, they defeated South Carolina. Texas A&M is 14th in the league. Ohio State just tromped on Indiana. What are the notable things here?
There's good games this week, though.
Yeah. So let's go to this week. Yeah, because last week really wasn't. So Pitt plays Miami tomorrow in Pitt. That game's at 12 o'clock. Cincinnati plays Tulane. The game's at 12 o'clock. I'm just going through Michigan State.
Good game.
That's it. Go ahead.
This is hardball shot.
North Carolina at 11 Notre Dame.
Yeah, Eric, I was about to get to that. Yep. North Carolina. Yeah, Eric, this might be the redemption.
That will be the game that they win. That will be their signature win, and they will lose every other game for the rest of the year.
Ohio State hosts Penn State at the Big Shoe tomorrow. Again, 7:30. That's a primetime game. Oklahoma State faces Kansas. Oregon and Colorado get it on. Texas Tech goes to Oklahoma. Number 9, Iowa. Iowa's been playing very good this year. I like the Iowa team, man. They got a very good defense. They face Wisconsin. And who else did I see? Any notable?
Georgia, Florida, baby.
Oh yeah, how did I skip over there? Yeah, Georgia and Florida tomorrow. That's 3:30. Number 1, Georgia, and Wake Forest. They're number 13. They face Duke, and Mississippi and Auburn tomorrow. 10 versus 16.
Who's on that Mississippi team?
Lane Kiffin.
Oh, continue on. I have no comment.
Wait a minute. You can't say no comment and then no comment.
Nah, Lane Kiffin, believe it or not, I think he's a very good coach. It's just he get sometimes antics gets in the way, whether it be him or his team. So that's why I said I ain't got no comment. He's doing well. So
he was very good down here in playing at Florida Atlantic, and yeah, he's doing well there now. Kentucky faces Mississippi State tomorrow. Kentucky's number 12. Kentucky's having a very good season. Virginia is against BYU tomorrow. I said, and Coastal Carolina, they face Troy tomorrow. I mean, excuse me, they beat them. Yeah. Yesterday.
Chanticleers. Chanticleers or the Bear Claws, whatever the fuck they are. They're good though.
Yeah, they're very good, man. So
that was another good game last week too. Was Coastal Carolina and Appalachian State.
Yes. Yeah, App beat them, man.
App beat them. I like those.
Gave them their first loss.
Yeah, App State. It's a very pretty place to play, man. Man, we had a good show today. Good tonight. I said tonight. Well, first of all, Mike Mills is not with us today at work. So I'll take his job from him. Hey, we can be found. This is where we can be found at, and on all any place where you can stream your podcast, whether that be Apple, there'll be Deezer, whether that be I can say Facebook, but no, not Facebook. Any place where you can stream your podcast.
With it, Meta. Oh, sorry, it's not Meta yet.
Yeah, no. Sports Chasers podcast. We are there. We're live on YouTube right now. We're on YouTube, and we're on basically every social media platform. We're on Facebook, Meta, whatever you want to call it right now. Twitter, Sports Chasers Podcast. Also, we're on Instagram, Sports Chasers Podcast. Things of that nature. We got some good things coming up. We're gonna try to do this coaches show, this coaches show a little bit here after the new year. Get some of the coaches together from different youth sports throughout the country. We're gonna have I would say kind of like a megaphone, but via Zoom, and talk about some of the things. That's DA's project. We just haven't been able to get it off the ground, but a little bit after the new year, we're gonna do that. It's something really special that it's kind of, I like coaching and stuff like that, but DA used to coach, and me and him and some of the guys here, we know a lot of people that coach here up and down the East Coast, and they're doing some great things with some kids around here, whether it be football, basketball, or baseball, and even some youth hockey, guy that I know. So we want to talk about that. That's some of the things that's coming up. Partner shots, we'll start with DA. DA, what you got for us, brother?
Hey, everybody, peace. Thank you for coming. We love y'all, for real. And subscribe, comment. We would like to get better. And we'll listen to your comments, man. For real. Yeah. All right. So thanks, everyone.
Yeah. Shout out. Go ahead, D-Dub.
Yo, I want to say good show, fellas. We did it 100 episodes. So, proud
100, son.
100, son. So
we do Shine. Shine, we do.
Keep doing it, get better and better. You know what I'm saying? So, we ask everybody to like, subscribe, tell us what you like, what you don't like, how we could get better. This is something like we kind of passionate about this. Now, kind of we are. So that's why we did it. And that's why we're doing it. So nothing too deep. Hopefully we make a lot of sense, man. That's it.
It's good. It's good. That's what I do. Eric, what you got for us, sir?
As always, first and foremost, Everybody out there, be safe. Watch out for your fellow man, woman, and child. Streets is getting spooky, Halloween time and all that good stuff.
I got shotguns. I got shotties. Don't come to my house.
Don't do it, people. Don't do it. Don't
come
do
to
it.
DA's house.
Yeah, I just wanted to give
the light is not on.
I want to give my brothers here their roses, man. This is 100 episode, 2 years in the making, and it's a special thing we got brewing here, fellas. You know, we talk about sports, how we don't like the microwave stuff, and this is brewing. This is in a slow cooker for a reason, and I hope everybody's enjoying it as much as I am, man. So peace and love to my fellow podcast. I had to make sure I say it right because I'm goofed up a couple of weeks ago. My fellow podcast brethren, salute to y'all sports chasers.
Thank you, brother.
And Mike Mills, miss you, cuz.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Yeah.
And that's all I got, man. Peace and love, man.
I want to say one thing real quick, Kev.
Go ahead.
And for the folks, just please believe this. And I know it's cliche, but essentially, man, we're stealing, man. We're stealing. Because all we doing right now is letting y'all listen in to the same phone conversations we have with each other over the last 4 or 5 years. And that's real. Like I'm so serious. Like this is what we've been doing for so long. and so many of the points that we make or the way we feel about these athletes, sports, and the world have been formed 4 or 5 years ago. You know, so when the COVID thing came and we was like, stay home, it's because, you know, we was parents and we was boys and we was friends. And it didn't have to be COVID. If it was a bad situation, we was like, stay home. Are you sick, son? Stay home. You know, like we feel that way. We don't do hot takes. We're here because of hot takes.
Exactly.
We're here because what we used to look at, you know, Michael Kay and Mad Dog and the old ESPN crew. I salute you guys. God bless the dead. My man Stuart Scott. Like,
who's the other side of the pillow?
Yeah, man. Like,
no doubt.
So we would watch them for years, and if you ask me today, what was any of Dan Patrick's favorite teams, I couldn't tell you. And that's the way it's supposed to be. I'm done.
Man,
objectivity, man.
Man, it's DA, man. He hit it right on the point, man. It's like, yo, y'all, when we come up here for the hour, the 90 minutes, now it looks like it's 2 hours. Y'all are really just listening to basic, you know, 4-way, 5-way conversations we have with one another on sports, man. And DA hit it right on the pillow. Right on the head, excuse me. I'm sleepy, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'm about to hit the pillow too.
Yo, it's definitely, man, you guys getting a view, and this is what we're passionate about, man. And one of the reasons why I reached out to my man Dan, you know, to come bring us some hockey, man, because that's how we all grew up in the New York City area. Yo, we listened to every and anything, man, when it came to sports, man. It didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Yo, the Knicks, the Rangers, the Yankees, the Giants, the Nets, the Islanders, the Devils.
All of it.
Mets. We listened and we was exposed to all of that. I don't know if some of y'all know. I used to play roller hockey, man. Yeah, I was the defenseman. I was the only black dude out there in my neighborhood playing roller hockey, man.
Yo.
And I loved it, man. It's just something with a puck or whatever. We played with a tennis ball in Brooklyn. But yo, it was something to do and just kept me out of trouble and things of that nature. And that's some of the reason that now us guys in our 40s and we're very passionate about, you know, what we talk about when it definitely comes to sports. And like E said about the microwave stuff, man, we tired of the microwave stuff. And that's why this right here, this very special thing was created 2 years ago, 100 episodes in, man. And I'm so proud of you guys and proud of everything that we've done. 100 episodes, and we got a gazillion more to go, man. And this is not it. Sky's the limit. I totally believe it. If I had an engineer, he would play that song, but I'm the engineer, so I got to play the outro song. So with that said, hey, On behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. Warren, your host and moderator. Dorian D.A. Albritton, Daryl D. Dub Warren, James the Angry One Warren, and Mike Mills. Yo, this is the Sports Podcast, man. Yo, we'll holler at y'all later.
All right,
Be good,
peace.
be blessed. Atlanta's up 1-0.
Yeah. Yo, I think Charlotte's gonna come back and beat Miami, man.
Oh yeah, true that.
Yo, Charlotte been on a run right now. I've been watching them, looking at them side eye. They've been on a run right here. They just went into the fourth quarter. So, yo, Kev, I was about to go into about